Hi, I'm Alice.
And I'm Greg.
And today we're back in our new apartment that is not fully revamped yet. We'll give you an update when we get back from our travels, but we're still kind of in the middle of traveling.
We're sitting on one of two new pieces of furniture, the only two pieces of furniture we really have in this place.
This nice comfy
couch. This nice couch, you can see it is way too big for this. But anyway.
Well, they can't tell, but...
Okay, it's way too big for this space.
But we want to talk to you about our trip to LA because we had a great time, not only in Los Angeles, visiting friends and family, even though we didn't really get to visit a whole lot of friends. We limited ourselves to family and our friends who came to the show and our friends who played with us.
Truthfully, we had a lot of details and paperwork to deal with, things that we could only do in Los Angeles, such as go to the DMV. So we took care of all that stuff, and now we're getting ready to fly out to Porto tonight. Porto, Portugal. We'll talk a little bit more about that in just a second, but I want Alice to talk about her show at the Segerstrom Center for the Arts in Costa Mesa. That was a really fun show.
It was a great show. I was really nervous about it because we've only played Orange County a couple of times, so I wasn't sure if anybody would show up, even though the show kept releasing, the center kept releasing tickets and they kept selling out, and I kept thinking, like, this is obviously somebody buying up the tickets and then reselling them.
Even though it was a free show.
Even though it was a free show, yeah. People have been known to do stuff like that. So I was nervous that it would be essentially empty. And then right before we were getting ready to play, there were all these people with lawn chairs that were, you know, kind of parked up in front of the stage. And I was like, is this our crowd? Are they just going to put their hands over their ears and run off as soon as we start playing our first song?
I would say it was not a punk audience at first, but
our friends
a whole bunch of people showed up at the last minute.
Our friends showed up. Thank you so much for being there to support us. And we do have friends in Orange County. I mean, Candace, our drummer, is from Orange County.
Alice told me something after the show, which was that her contract forbade discussion of political topics,
you didn't know that?
Usage of swear words.
No political or controversial topics from the stage.
And of course, you broke every one of those rules.
So. I think everybody that was there was ready to hear what we had to say. And, you know, the messages are in our music. We have a point of view. We are not just about playing songs that are pleasing, that you can have your, you know, toast and coffee to. Thank you, Sharif Dumani. You're an amazing guitar player. You just bring it every time. So very talented and so humble, and always a little bit shy. You have a great voice. I love it when you sing with me. Candace P.K. Hansen. She went out of her way to do vocal exercises and train with our friend Ria, who is a vocal instructor. And she supported me on just about every song, adding harmonies, just adding everything that we needed to put that extra little bit of polish. And I cannot forget Mr. Jones, who I constantly embarrass by calling him, like, about me and Mr. Jones and not what a sensuous Viking man he jokes. So anyway, yeah, you don't know that song probably unless you're my age, but it's a really good song.
Never heard it.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you, David Jones. You are a fantastic bass player. Thank you to my band for always bringing their A game and always making the show sound like it was just practice for months. So I want to thank Josie Rec, who came in and sang backups on Migajitas, a Spanish language song, which is a translation of Breadcrumbs, a song on Sister Dynamite. And also thank you to my stepdaughter, Chelsea Velasquez, who came up and sang with me. Always such a pleasure to have you on stage with me. Thank you to everyone made the long journey out to Orange County. And those of you who live in Orange County, thank you for showing up. I'm so grateful for your support. And I hope you had a fun night because we had a great time.
All right, let's do this. Aquella moneda que se te cayó, se fue rodando, se te perdió. Un amante infiel, promesas vacías, pero aún recuerdas lo que te decían. Y en tu radio tocaba la misma canción. Es hora de cambiarte a la estación. ¡Súbele, súbele! Nadie que se olvide reunir. ¡Súbele, súbele! Brinda por el porvenir. ¡Súbele, súbele!
After the show, we snuck in a quick visit to a place that's been on my list for a long time, Trader Sam's Enchanted Tiki room at the Disneyland Hotel. It was an ordeal getting there. I nearly gave up because I was so frustrated with the parking situation at Disneyland.
But I didn't let you.
She said we should go for it.
We're already here. Let's do it.
So here's a little clip from that visit.
I did not expect a strong drink from the Disneyland Hotel. I'm pleasantly surprised.
Finally made it to Trader Sam's at the Disneyland Hotel. It's right before closing, so the drinks are extra strong. And lastly, I mentioned at the beginning of this video that we are here just for one day and flying out to Porto, Portugal for the KISMIF conference. And Alex, tell us a little bit more about that.
Okay, well, I am going to be one of the speakers. There's lots of speakers, and it's hosted by the University of Porto. And I'm going to be talking about punk, the only subject that I am truly an expert on.
The next time you see us, we'll be in Portugal, and we hope to shoot some video there and create another video from that location. And probably I'd like to capture some of the stuff going on at KISMIF because I think it's going to be very interesting and looking at the speakers that are lined up.
So I'm also really excited because I was invited to perform there with Victor Torpedo in his band, and it's going to be 2 or 3 songs, maybe even 4. I think they're learning them at the last minute, but you know what? Last minute can work. Last minute works for me. No rehearsal, by the way.
So, great. This should be awesome. And it
good.
will be documented, I'm sure. So we'll be sharing all of this with you. Thanks again for watching. Don't forget to click that subscribe button and give us a like because it really helps our channel grow.
And one last thing, if you've been to Porto or Lisbon, which we're going to try and hit also, please give us your tips. We have never been to Portugal, so we're really excited about being there. And we can use any advice you have to offer.
So see you next week.
See you then. Bye.